shit, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing up there? This is Intergalactic Interviews, and this is episode 157. How the flying fuck are ya?
I'm great.
Shit.
I'm
Those
great.
legs go all the way up and make an ass of themselves.
That's
Hello.
right. Welcome to episode Suck My Dick. How you doing, guys? We got a lot of great things to get into right away.
Great.
First of all, let's welcome the return of the amazing, the talented. I'm gonna use a little.
Peepa.
I'm gonna use a little alliteration here, as is tradition.
Talking
Oh. Should I introduce Gtone first, ladies and gentlemen?
I was like, yeah, he's here. I can see him.
I was gonna go with our guest first, as is tradition.
Go with the guest first.
Oh,
obviously.
Jesus. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, and please return to the show, Dan Garrison of The Corps and the Real McKenzies. How you doing? Dan Garrison.
Juno-nominated songwriter.
Oh, Juno-nominated Dan
I
Garrison.
don't think that's true.
Is that a
that didn't happen?
is that a physact?
Allegedly.
No,
That's-
allegedly. If you don't look
Is
it
that
up,
written
it's
down
true.
in your book? Because that would be real. That would be real then.
It's not in my book.
It's not on the internet either.
Yeah, that's great. You're like, I don't know.
Where's
if
that
this-
Wikipedia page
It's
when I need it?
it's a damn shame that it's not true.
Wow, you're
Because
kind.
I think you deserve it for last year.
Yeah,
man.
your
thanks.
your writing is tremendous. And recently we had Troy Zach, aka Vlad Zach, aka also a member of the Real McKenzies, on the
white,
show
but he's
here.
cool.
Yeah. Totally, like just an anti-white but pro-white. But what? You don't want to say that.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't know.
I know
what
what
you
I
mean.
meant.
I know what where I come from is a place of love. I choose love over fear. Okay, how dare you? Here's the thing.
He's in Vegas right now, I think.
Doing what? Bowling?
No, he's hanging with Steph.
Really?
Yeah, because like I've spent
Vacation time.
more time with Troy than he has with his wife since they've been married.
That's a fact. That's an actual fact.
That is 100% true.
Wow, that's good. We fucking love Troy, man. Things got out of hand last time he was on the show. I don't remember doing at least half an hour of it.
So do we have to like buff this one up?
Well,
Or...
we had a chat last week where
There's
I
a
was like,
lot.
every time a member of the Real McKenzies or the Corps comes on here, I don't know what I don't say. I don't say other than it's going to get a little messy.
Well, there's a guy yelling at me across the street, and apparently he has some wonderful things.
Did you want to invite him
If
in?
you guys want,
Yeah,
I'll go get him.
You want to call him in?
Yeah, sure.
Jeez, fuck. I want to say welcome back to the show. Thank you very much for coming in. You have a lot of things happening, a lot of things that are just announced. Let's talk dates really quick while everyone's attention is still tuned in. Let's do this right now.
Gotcha.
Dates coming up in Gtone. You're actually driving for these dates, aren't you?
Hold on, 1 week from now.
Oh, wait, one
No,
week.
not even 1 week. What are we? 5 days away.
Well, there's
2
a
days
show
from
in
now.
2 days.
In 2 days from I knew this
then-
one.
Okay.
In
4
2 days
days.
from now, the Rocket from Russia January
Yes.
series he's putting together.
Oh, the Corps is
The
playing
Corps
at
is playing at the Cobalt in Vancouver. Make sure you go check that out. I'm going to try and edit this goddamn thing tonight so we can have everyone know about it tomorrow.
Cool.
How about that?
Great.
So today's Tuesday.
So today is Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yes. When you're listening to this, today is Tuesday.
Tomorrow night.
But it's tomorrow. What? This is making no sense to me. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
The DeLorean went to 88 again.
That's right.
We're gonna say Wednesday, January 17th.
Yes.
The Corps is playing
Cobalt.
the Cobalt.
Yep.
What's the deal with the Rocket from Russia and this every Wednesday at the Cobalt thing? in
He just
January?
wanted to put together all the local punk rock bands together.
Russian Tim.
Every
I like
Wednesday
it.
at the Cobalt. It's
I
awesome.
like it.
Were you there last week?
A weekly. I couldn't make it last
Awesome.
week.
Greatest
I
songs
saw
were
photos.
amazing.
Yeah.
Last week it looked amazing.
It was so much fun.
I saw Andrew,
A little too much fun.
I saw Andrew Peterson laid. I think.
Oh, you saw him laid?
Laid. Yeah, laid
What kind of show is this?
on stage.
It was
an art
a
show.
video that hit the internet earlier.
Okay.
Could you do that at an art show? Could you just have sex at an art
You
show?
can. I think if it's art, you
People
can.
be like, it's not pornography. It's absolutely sex.
I think New
Absolutely.
York set the standard, and I'm pretty sure you could go and watch people just
Just have sex.
have sex.
Yeah, that's how
Because
I
it's
got
art.
out of that Six Flags scandal.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, according to my attorney.
I want to know one more set of dates before we get into a really good story. I know it's going to pop up here.
Friday,
ATD.
I'm
A
playing
total
with
disappointment?
I'm playing with ATD.
Hey, hold on. Are you a full member now of ATD, or is this a fill-in slot?
I'm whatever they need.
Scoop. That's what we
You
got
are the
right
hired
here.
gun. You are the hired gun that will make everything fantastic.
Yeah, I'm starting to get
Oh, no,
medium concerned that, maybe you're just like a crazy hired gun, and they should put a warning on you because you're reckless.
We know this.
You're out there in the West. You're playing.
We know this.
You're a mercenary.
He's impressing people all over the world.
I'm impressed.
One bad joke at a time.
One bad
No
joke.
problem.
That's crazy though. You're playing with them this weekend for the there's a Dreadnoughts
Cumberland
tour,
on
right?
Friday.
Yeah, with Dreadnoughts,
Dreadnoughts,
and
the Dreadnoughts.
and
ATD, Dreadnoughts,
Jono's
and-
other band. Jono from the McKenzies.
Is it
other
the
band?
Snowman?
Nope,
Not Angry Snowman. The other.
not the Gung Hos.
Not Gung Ho.
This is
not
your-
the Snowman.
your band
Ooh,
members.
Sorry, John.
He plays in like 18,000
Yeah.
bands.
Look
I
this
don't
up
know.
real quick
It's a lot of
here.
bands.
Yeah, that,
the
allegedly.
Cumberland.
Oh my God.
All right, C-Mart. All right. Okay, I get the game you're playing. All right.
Shit
Just
flows
because
downhill.
you're sober
Shit
and
flows-
we're
Shit
not.
flows downhill.
He's at the top of the hill being like,
Of course he is.
Spewing shit.
Jesus sideways, Christ. Okay, I want to know something because right before you came in here was, we had a little chat about some stuff, and we were about to get into it. And we said save it for the show.
okay.
I would like you to introduce this story as you wish. I don't want to give away anything. I just want you to tell it how you feel. What's your most comfortable way to tell it, Dan Garrison?
The most comfortable way puts me in a shining light.
Okay,
of what
do
happened.
that one. Do
So,
the heroic one.
we were playing a show. This is years ago. And, sorry, this was years ago. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
I don't.
Hands
No,
are
no.
fine.
Put them over your eyes.
Mouth.
No, we had an, we were playing a show, and there was, we were awful, but there was these, I thought the show was great. And there was these two guys, these two big white guys in like different colored tracksuits at the very end of the bar, and they both had their crews behind them, and they were getting into an argument, and they were going to fight, and I was super drunk. So I was like, no.
That doesn't sound like you, Dan.
Hip hop.
I was
or
like-
drug dealer.
I was like, I don't know.
Drunk doesn't sound like you, Dan. This sounds like
Yeah, that's
sounds
true.
way out of
This
character.
is a false story anyway.
Yeah.
So I was just like, nah, the show is too good. Nobody's fighting today. Nobody's fighting. So I walk over, and because I think I'm funny, and I walk over, and this should have been the key, but I put my hands on their chests like this, and I was like, guys, both your milkshakes brings the boys to the yard.
Okay, that's
One of the guys doesn't hear me. The other guy just looks down at me and goes.
he just pops you just for saying that.
I wake up at the bar. I wake up at the bar, propped up at the bar. There's another drink, a new drink in front of me. All my friends around me, and they're kind of giggling and laughing. I was like, okay, what happened? And they're like, dude, you got knocked out. And I was like, are the other guys okay?
They're fine.
But apparently they didn't even fight after that. So
So you did. You calmed the issue.
yeah.
Look at the layers on that, though. You quoted a Khalees lyric.
See, I wouldn't be able to tell you the artist's name.
See,
but
could.
I know that song.
That's Nas's ex-wife, sir.
Oh, hello.
Huh. I'll let you know this right now. You may be one of the only people to have been knocked out over Milkshake by Khalees.
I'd like to think I allegedly have that stance.
I like that you put both hands on their chest. Like, you had both hands on their
Guys.
Yeah, you're like, guys, let's just, we're all having a good time. Why are we going to, both your milkshakes bring the boys to the yard. Even when you said that in the retelling of it, I was like, this guy might get punched. I knew right there.
Have I told you that story
I was
before?
like, no, never. No, that's why I was like, this guy's going to get punched. There's no way.
Yeah.
I like that the one guy didn't hear it, and the other guy just turns. He's like, "What the fuck did you say?" Like,
My whole face was just
good.
so warm, and
Yeah.
it felt like it was out to here.
Did you get some swelling?
Oh yeah.
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 A little shiner.
Yeah.
yeah,
I can. Yeah. I'll hit my knee and it'll be bruised for weeks.
you have mad cred now, though. Look at you,
Yeah.
fight,
Totally.
fight breaker upper.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a real superhero, Dan
I
Garrison.
just yell at people.
What would your superpower be, Dan Garrison? Because you get that.
that's such a great question.
Let's ask you an original question that you've never been asked in an interview.
No,
before.
I love that question.
Hey, you're into comic books.
The-
By the way, I read print media interviews that you do, and they always end up being like, Dan Garrison's into comics. what kind of superhero natural shit are you into? And you're just like, well, they're like, what would you be? If you could be invisible or you could fly, what would you choose?
See, here's why that's a loaded question. First of all, you don't understand any of the layers behind it. For example, if you're invisible, does that mean your clothes or anything that you touch is invisible?
Yeah,
Secondly, that wouldn't work out if you were like walking down the street
naked.
or like grabbed it. You'd have to be naked, like the X-Files episode, which they only investigated because Buddy got hit by a truck because nobody saw him because he was naked.
Right.
But he was invisible. So they found this body and they could feel it, but they
Spoiler.
couldn't see it. Spoiler alert! Don't watch season 4, episode 20.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, sorry,
And,
1994.
Yeah.
Hard spoiler for you.
Bruce Willis is a ghost at the end of Six Sense.
Jesus
That's all I'm trying to say.
Christ. There's a
Remember
whole
the guy that
generation.
like disjointed his self to like go through?
That was in the first season. It was so
that
good.
first season?
It was
Yeah.
so good.
Like disjointed all of his joints in his body to go through the
He gets
heating
in.
system.
He gets
the
in
exhaust-
through like
yeah.
one of these things.
Ridiculous.
And he's like, Scully, is it possible that somebody worked in blah blah blah? It's like, okay, I
good
get it. You're
Duchovny.
tired. You're tired. I
That's
get
a
it.
pretty good Duchovny. Scully, is it possible?
Tired.
What is
Scully,
David
a lot of the things
He's been
that
up
people
dinking
don't
girls all night.
understand is- yeah, lucky.
It turns out Californication was really just the prequel to all X-Files episodes.
Makes a lot of sense. There's so much sexual
He
tension.
banged
in that
his
show.
way through, I believe, California. In Californication.
Californication,
I believe
yeah.
banged his
All
way
of
through
California.
that province. Province?
Yeah,
State.
it's the provinces
The
down there.
Soon
banged
enough.
his way
Soon
through
enough.
through the territory of California and became an
It's
FBI
like the
agent.
American Terry Fox.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, and
Terry Fox made it halfway.
he dipped
I
one
mean,
finger in one girl.
Duchovny went all the way.
That's, he
No,
dipped.
but that's only one state.
No, he put one finger in one girl.
Go
And
on.
he said, by the end of this, I'm going to dip my finger in the last girl. Just like Terry Fox with his toes in the ocean. I'm trying to bridge a gap here like Dawson.
He
Would
made
you
it to
fucking
Thunder
help me
Bay.
out?
He almost made it to Thunder Bay.
Oh, jeez.
He's still my hero. I'll stop at the monument every time we go through.
You do
Everybody loves
stop.
Terry Fox.
This is funny
That's
because Gtone
That's
really
fact.
does stop. Yeah, you do stop. Did you stop last time through?
Every time through.
Every.
Sorry.
Heading east, stop in. Heading west, stop in.
To get back to
Both
the
ways.
invisible flight thing.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
yes.
We
Okay.
cut invisible.
Off like
no, that was
assholes.
my bad because I
No.
got into X Files.
Look at us. We don't know what we're doing. We're
So
fucking
so,
assholes.
so that one there's many other questions and you don't know the varying degrees. So that's why it's kind of an improbable question anyway. Because also let's say flight. How fast can you fly?
Okay.
Are you going to be cold if you go up into how cold are you going to be? If you're going too fast, are you still going to be able to breathe because your lungs are still made of the same material? You have
Can you turn back time a la Superman?
Nah, that was in one movie.
Can happen?
No.
Okay,
Or-
okay.
or
No,
share.
that-
Okay.
I love the movie.
Okay.
I love the movie.
Or share. Can you turn back time?
But do you believe in life after
We
love?
shared
What-
that
I
with-
think what this
with
whole
Superman.
interview is going to be. We're gonna.
Jesus.
This is some shadowing that we're doing right now.
That's nice. This is some dominant plot foreshadowing we're throwing out there right now.
But so I think all in all, one power. If I had to pick it,
yes.
it would definitely be telekinesis.
Oh, that's nice.
And why I say telekinesis because with telekinesis you could fly, and it just depends how strong your will is. Basically,
You could do it.
you could actually probably, if you got good enough at it,
Right.
you could make an invisible basically field, regardless if it has anything to do with like gravitational properties and stuff like that, if that's how telekinesis works, because there has to be some kind of magnetism behind it, because you're using another limb, but it's your brain, but it's not physically touching, or at least the strains are farther apart. So you could go down to Mariana's Trench if you wanted, if you were good enough with telekinesis. You could go into space.
Create a ball
you
of-
could go.
A
You
ball of air that you
Yeah.
a ball of air that you
absolutely. If you were good enough at it. So
once
I'd
you're
have to
past
pick
the
telekinesis.
nosebleed phase,
Absolutely.
right?
There's so many things with this I love. One, I love the idea of like a really lame, like someone who's like, whoa, you can fly, and the guy's like, yeah, but only like at like a kilometer and a half because I get pretty chilly. And then and then he's like slowly.
Ugh. But he's like as weak as me, so it's like, can you take me for a flight? You know
It's
what?
like,
I really can't.
no, I can't.
I can't
He's
hold
like-
you longer than 15 seconds anyway.
Well, what about can you carry some luggage for me or something? No, that's really
I
that's
can't
a
do that.
problem. Maybe if you taped it to me or
I
something.
hit a bird last week, broke my nose. Broke my nose.
Fabio.
This is like when we were talking about
Fabio did that.
That's right. In a roller coaster, he got hit with a bird right in the mouth.
That's someone like
No,
me.
you mean he destroyed a bird with his face.
That's right. Yeah.
He smashed a bird with his face.
I don't know.
like-
I got a soft spot for that guy. I think it's because since
'Cause
I
he's
ever
a-
heard about him,
he's a
everybody
heartthrob?
just dumped on him, and I was just like, he's not hurting anybody. He was just on a roller coaster one time.
He's somebody's uncle.
He's
He became
I
famous
think
by being the face.
For all the
face that
swashbuckling,
they
love
they
novels.
painted his beautiful face
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
love
yeah,
novels.
yeah.
That's what made him famous. And then he started doing what? What did he do?
I think
Some acting.
Oh, hardcore
Little bit of acting.
eroticism.
Did he?
Where's
whip it
the
out?
Where's the fucking allegedly there, C-Mart? Of all the times to pop a
That's
hard.
true, actually.
Oh Jesus!
I actually have season 2 and 3 in my,
Not alleged.
Gee,
my
that's
mobile
fucking hilarious.
device.
That's so good. By the way, I had to tell someone last week that some things do actually happen because C-Mart says allegedly to everything. These events, I'm really impressed. There's another layer there I wanted to say that was impressive. That you actually gave thought to what your power would actually be to that level. Because a lot of people, when I ask that question, go, "Gee, I guess I don't know. I wish I could fly or run fast or something." They don't think about like, what about windburn? What about wearing a parka 24/7?
If you can run faster than what's
Usain Bolt.
the land speed fastest
Bolt.
human, like 33
Usain
kilometers an
Bolt.
hour, or for the 100-meter dash or something like that?
Sorry, Gtone, is it Usain Bolt?
You
seem to be
Usain
suggesting-
Bolt,
you
or is it
suggesting that's-
Usain Bolt?
You seem to be
C-Mart, can we bring
suggesting
up
that?
Usain Bolt?
I believe he's the fastest guy on the planet. He does the 100 and
He was at least. Maybe
yeah,
there's
at
another
least.
guy.
He does it like pretty fast, like 9.2 or something.
It's
That's insane.
insanely
That's
fast.
an insane
And
fast.
but like
Insanely fast.
but let's say you
This
could
ain't Ben
let's
Johnson.
say your muscles in your legs could take you that fast. Let's say 60 kilometers an hour. What if you
That's
fell?
gnar.
The rest of your body's totally fucked.
Oh, that's
Road
true.
rash
Like,
like you
you're-
wouldn't believe.
That's like
You
a
know what?
bike accident.
Have you ever stubbed your toe on the end of a coffee table? Do that at
You know what
60
that's
kilometers an hour. Your
You know
leg
what
is
that's
coming
called?
off.
Blunt force trauma.
Oh, you learn something every day. Unless you're not listening, allegedly.
Wait a minute, is that what it's called?
C-Mart.
Blizz
Can you
on
check
tell.
that? Can you check that, please?
I'll look that up.
Yeah.
Can you
Judges?
Can you judges?
Blunt force trauma.
Thank you.
I think that's a win.
What,
I
what,
think
do you,
that's a
what
win.
do you call a stub toe in the legitimate world? Blunt force trauma.
No, I've never
It's the
considered
same
that.
thing.
Isn't that?
I don't
I
know
thought
it-
that was a Nancy Kerrigan
this-
accident.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened to
Why?
Nancy Kerrigan.
Why?
Oh
I, Tanya,
man.
hired someone to smash Nancy Kerrigan.
I, Tanya. The movie itself.
So
Hired.
yes, so straight up, the film itself in concept became a person, possibly temporarily, hopefully, because if it's walking around, that's a terrifying thought. But I, Tanya, the movie, then plotted its own plot.
I haven't even heard of this movie.
There's going to be a film
Oh, there's going to be.
that's already
Tanya
won.
Harding. No, it's already
It's
up.
already out. Yeah, it's already, it won a Golden Globe last week.
Tanya Harding. Were you alive in the 90s?
Yeah.
When were you born?
82.
Okay, yeah, you were there.
This is
You were
shocking.
there.
Oh no,
This
I
is
watched it.
shocking,
I
but-
watched it
right?
with my
I
mom.
did too. I did too.
Garrison's actually a couple years older than me.
Nancy Kerrigan and fucking
Nancy Kerrigan was going to win the fucking Olympics.
Princess Diana were like
Tanya
fucking,
Harding.
That's right. There's
My
wait,
mom's
it's around the
favorite
same time.
thing.
Around the same
There's
time.
only 3 major news
Princess
events.
Diana
Princess
getting- in the
Diana,
90s.
Princess Diana racking it up in a tunnel.
Nancy
and fucking
Kerrigan.
Nancy Kerrigan.
and
getting
Will
her
Smith
fucking-
getting jiggy with it.
and yeah, those 3 things.
1998, obviously 1998.
Sorry,
was a
crisscross.
highlight.
My bad.
Wait, let's do
They're
this.
gonna make you jump.
Let's do this
Chris,
now.
We're
Wait,
talking
wait.
91. You're talking 91 and 98 all in one.
Gtone, let's do this. Let's do that same concept now with the 80s. What are the 3 defining events of the 80s?
82.
Dan Garrison?
Dan Garrison gets born on the same day Saddam Hussein takes power.
Oh Jesus! the
Coincidence.
bath
It
party.
It wasn't the same day,
bath
but it was the
party.
same year. It was the same year.
The bath party takes
Okay,
hold.
Okay.
Let's do this.
80s.
Michael Jackson does the goddamn moonwalk.
Thriller.
That first show. that
Thriller
we did-
83.
When was Toto's Africa? Because I think that's probably the biggest thing.
87, I would say.
I'm gonna
3
say.
of
I'm gonna
87?
say. Wait, look
I'm
this
gonna
up.
say
I'm gonna
earlier.
say
You
82.
think?
I'm gonna say 82.
No, you guys.
I'm gonna say 84.
Do I need to Google that shit?
No, I maybe even.
You gonna look it up
earlier
or-
than that.
I'm gonna voice
C-Mart.
recognition that shit.
Lucky.
Okay.
The year Toto's Africa was a hit.
Did you mean porn?
1982, you're right.
Oh!
No, he got it.
Oh, yes.
You said 82.
No, he did.
No, I did. God damn it. Don't take my
We all said
victory
it.
from me. It's my only. Yeah, we all said
Those
it
are
in
three
unison.
good things right there. Those are three good
Yeah,
things.
we all said it in unison. Let's all take credit. Let's do this one more time for the 70s. What are the 3 defining events?
John Lennon being shot, 79.
Gtone was born.
79? Yeah.
79?
New York?
You were born in 79, right?
Let me fucking talk to
Gtone was born in 79.
No, I was not.
When were you born?
Thanks for being my brother there, bud.
69.
When was I
68.
born? Do you
Hey,
even know?
what do I say every time you say when you were born?
Okay, look at me right now. When was I fucking born? Do you even know when I was born?
78?
78.
81. No. Wait, 90, 92.
90.
86.
You look good.
So,
86.
so in your mind, I'm either 3 years younger than you or 11 years younger than
86.
85, son.
Oh.
Come on.
I was off by 1.
Come on. I was actually off by 1. I said 79. Back to the situation. 70s. We didn't get 3.
Yeah, Lennon being shot.
And?
But what was that, 79? 78, maybe?
I
think he was shot in 77.
Oh,
looking
77.
up?
Oh.
John Lennon shot 77.
Ringo, come down from there.
Was it Ringo?
Ring.
Oh,
80.
80.
80.
Shot in
80. Fuck.
No.
It's in the 80s.
Monday, December 8th, 1980.
Yeah, of course.
Monday,
Same day as
December
Dimebag.
When did
Almost
Elvis
81.
die?
Almost 81.
Elvis died in the 70s.
71 for sure.
I would say later than
Ooh,
that.
I'm gonna say 76.
I would say
it was around the
77.
same time that
I'll say
Jim
77.
Morrison died.
This is pretty
When
good.
did- When did...
77.
77.
Oh, nailed it!
When did
Garrison.
Jim Morrison die?
Dan Garrison, do you want to start a trivia team? Because we're fucking.
Maybe.
Jim Morrison.
As long as it's about comics or Simpsons, I'm
Oh,
in.
this is like in Jeopardy when they ask everyone what their favorite their topic is gonna be.
71.
They're like,
71.
yeah.
Oh. Elvis lived longer than Jim Morrison. No, wait. I don't know if it was longer.
First of all, you know everything.
Elvis lived in this world to a year longer.
Elvis
several
was
years
definitely
longer.
older.
Wait,
He
a
was
later
definitely
year.
older than Jim Morrison, for
Definitely.
sure.
Without
Definitely.
a doubt.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got to the stage of
He
like.
didn't, Jim Morrison didn't get to the hoagie
Do
stage.
you know, okay, do you know what's
Morrison didn't get to the Vegas stage. Elvis made it to the Vegas stage where he's like,
Lucky.
That's true. He got to
know,
the
it's like-
he got to the review. Yeah, like he got to do review.
you know what
like-
Elvis is doing the fucking...
Is that what they're doing right there? That,
Pretty sure that's how that was.
Oh, that's a sweet.
Feel my temperature rising.
Jeez. Well, that's an excellent audio medium we're
Yeah,
portraying.
that's nice.
Like,
Hard.
Oh no, but we could do more.
Have you ever watched-
Vietnam was over?
That's
in
right.
the
Vietnam?
70s,
so where we at?
right?
Wait.
70.
2, 3.
When was Vietnam?
When was Vietnam over?
This is
Okay,
the most.
Do
we're
we
gonna-
know anything?
This is the most revealing story ever.
No, that's
yeah.
why we're asking.
Okay, when did Vietnam War end?
Come on, smart.
Smart.
Oh, sorry.
It was
Prehistory?
after we went to
sakes.
the moon, right?
Let's learn about
And by
how-
we, I
how
mean the
Vietnam
United
started.
States.
Okay, here we go. Vietnam War. C-Mart says
75.
Oh,
Done
yeah.
in 75.
Way after. Yeah.
Started in 65,
So that was a big
done
thing.
in 75.
10
that-
years.
That would have
10
been.
years of stupidity.
Then Watergate would have been right after that.
That's right.
But did those things count as the
I
biggest
would
thing in
say-
the 70s? Because I would say the slaughter in East Timor in 1976 was a lot more.
Tambour or Timur?
Look at Dan Garrison with his well-read education that he's dropping on us.
I mostly piece it together with sugar packets. Did you know?
Homer, sorry, the sugar isn't in packets.
Oh, sorry, my Crystal Pepsi's done.
So it's like people only do things for money.
And that's just really sad.
Sad.
Wait, I can't talk about this anymore. It's giving me a headache. Here, take two of
Take
these.
two of these. They're new.
Little, yellow. Ah, new print. Little, yellow, different. God, I
It
love
happens
that
every
movie.
year where Wayne's World gets referenced to me in conversation, and then I go, "Fuck, that's a good movie." And then for 2 weeks I think about it, and then I end up watching it again.
I
It's
just watched.
so.
Did you just watch it again?
Just watched it.
When'd you watch
I
it?
watched a small section of it because I was drunk in a hotel room. So I,
You know that scene?
enough.
You know that scene when Rob Lowe Benjamin
Orders
comes
sushi.
down the stairs,
That's a good one.
and the cream of something guy is an improv
Cream
thing.
of Something
But
Guy.
because I watched the commentary, but there's a scene where Benjamin comes down the stairs, and Garth is working on this robot. There's that hand sitting there, and I never understood it until I watched the commentary. being like, okay, and he's just like, I'm gonna run things by you because you're a pretty sharp guy. And Garth just looks super nervous, and he's standing there. Benjamin keeps talking and talking and talking, and then all of a sudden the hand starts to move, and he starts beating with the hammer like over and over again. And I was listening to the commentary, and why that was is because Garth was upset that Benjamin was tearing their friendship apart with him and Wayne.
Yeah.
So he was making a robot to kill Benjamin.
Oh my God!
And that's why it started moving, and that's why he had to destroy it, because it wasn't ready yet. I had no idea what that scene was for years. I was
never understood that.
I wasn't sure if it was referencing like an old movie or something,
yeah.
but no, it was because he was making a robot to kill Benjamin. It's awesome.
That is so good.
It's awesome.
You know, I never have fucking realized that ever. That's so good.
I never just listen to the commentary. It's amazing.
Listen to the commentary on the DVD.
Yeah, what was I thinking?
DVDs were those things that we had in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Boys, I'm right in that wheelhouse. I know.
It's before you could get movies for free.
Yeah, it's true.
And music and porn.
Yeah, it's. I'm like, what was that like? You're like, expensive.
Before free.
Very expensive. At least $15 from Video Update.
At least.
You needed a C-SPAN satellite system and a VHS to get free porn.
That's
back
right.
in the day.
Satellite G2.
No, G4.
G4 in this bitch.
G4 channel 24. G4 24 was fucking. You could dial.
I feel like that's one of your nicknames.
G4.
You got the big satellite in the front yard, and you're like.
You got to get WWF.
The parents go to bed at 11:30. Grandma and grandpa are in bed at 10. By 12:30, you're fucking moving that satellite dish towards the fucking porn network.
I used to pretend it was like a porn planet.
Well, your parents must have loved you.
Planet in the sky, right? and you'd put
They
it on.
let us do whatever we want
Venus.
at some point.
No, I just meant had a satellite dish.
Yeah, well, no,
They got that
paper
for
route.
themselves. They wanted hockey every night.
actually,
Everybody wants hockey.
yeah. In addition to that, our father,
Who aren't in heaven.
Aren't in heaven. That makes sense.
Who is not in heaven. How old?
Yeah.
How old? How old be thy name?
That's
like
fun.
a wolf.
Like a wolf.
He welded satellite stands in this
For those big ones.
For the big ones.
Yeah.
Cool.
He did that, and then the rub on that job, I guess, was that he got one or something.
He gets
rub?
a free satellite.
I don't know. I was
system
too young, but it was just
for,
there one
like,
day.
He built these satellite stands that he would give to this.
Christ,
Allegedly.
maybe.
According to the...
Stop
We're
this.
going deep down the rabbit hole.
This is okay. That was just a continuous beep. I'm just gonna do a whole beep, that whole section. Jesus Christ, Gtone.
All right.
You're like, the statute of limitations, a physical statue. I'm like, it's not. It's. What do I start with that? It's fucking okay. I want to say this. Dan Garrison,
Yes?
you're a fucking talented
Danny
guy.
Gary.
Danny Gary.
Or Danny G.
Danny Gary.
Dan G. Or,
Danny Gary
or
from,
Dang. Dang on record.
Dan Gary.
Drummer from Tool was Danny Carey.
Danny Carey,
Lucky.
which is
Danny
not
Gary.
Danny Gary.
Danny Gary.
Lucky to be called Danny Gary.
Oh, man, that'd be so sick.
Dan,
Be so sick.
Dan Garrison.
Produce wine,
Yes.
bro.
Okay,
Yes.
look, I don't want to put you on the spot,
Go on.
but tell us a secret that no one knows about the band right now.
Which one?
That's a great question.
Which band, bro?
Let's go with one that you probably hold exclusive secrets about. The Corps. Okay, this is gonna be the clip this week. I can already tell. Look at his
Get your
eyes.
sip. Get your sip in you.
Look at his eyes.
Tell us. Something about
Well,
what's your
I'll
bass
lighten
player?
it up
What's your
first.
bass player's name?
But by the way, I start with not to put you on the spot, and then immediately put someone on the spot. You don't
As
have
you
to
always
answer
do.
anything.
nah, that's fun.
What's Ronnie's role in everything you do?
Yeah, let it out
You mean, like, as far as journeyman?
Okay, Jesus.
No. Ronnie is the bass player. And I know you guys sent me all those emails being like, hey, Ronnie, or Dan, can you get Ronnie and
Yeah,
Peterson and Stenning to come down here, and I was just like, their schedules are busy. I didn't tell them at all. They had no idea. They had no idea, and I was like, no. I was like, no. It's got to be me. It's got to be me.
It's got to be the Gary.
We're here. We're here for Jenny Gary or nothing.
None of those mouth breathers are coming on this show.
Yeah, that's how you do it, right? You gotta hold the reins tight.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys.
Allegedly.
They're gonna be like,
allegedly. According to my attorney, I am just kidding.
Yeah. Chris Martin, attorney at law, allegedly.
Can we talk about the actual?
I'm trying to think about some secrets.
Can we talk about the Real McKenzies actual tour dates that are coming up?
Yes, please. Let's plug that F out of that right now.
Okay, we all know that Real McKenzies do a St. Paddy's Day tour of Western Canada every year.
Seems like
based on St. Patrick's Day in Calgary at Dickens. Absolutely, that's the only reason it's there
Calgary
every year.
Gets
Dickens.
St. Paddy's Day with Real McKenzies
every year.
Every
year, exclusive.
It might be, I don't know,
it's a Monday
12th
this
year or like something crazy like that. Maybe even more.
And you played Monday this year, is it not?
No, I think
it was like a Saturday last year, wasn't it?
Friday.
Anyway,
no,
it's a Monday.
How many
days?
It's
a Monday.
March 19th.
No,
you are in Calgary.
17th is St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, but 17th is St.
You're
Patrick's
lying.
Day. Okay.
Well, tell me that doesn't say St. Patrick's Day on the 19th Monday. And I'm sure you're in Calgary.
Oh my God.
I'm sure you're in Calgary on that day too.
That was the rare double down and then the Shyamalan twist by Gtone of
that's amazing.
Show me where it doesn't say
It's
that.
always been on the 19th? Why did I think it was
Monday
the 17th?
the 19th is St. Paddy's Day, and I'm sure that it's the Calgary date.
March 17th, Calgary, Dickens Pubs.
How
so it's
dare you,
not
Gtone, trying to tell our guests.
So it's a Saturday.
How dare you, Gtone, with your fucking knowledge.
St. Paddy's Day in Calgary, though.
I'll bet you.
I get. Oh, here we go.
I think you're 2 days early in Calgary this year.
This is what makes
Usually
this bet.
it is.
This is what.
I don't want to put it
This
on.
is what makes
Can
this
you
bet
look up when
interesting.
St. Patrick's Day is?
This is what makes this bet interesting. Is that I believe.
There's a bet?
I believe.
Oh yeah. Do you want to bet?
I believe that Gtone is actually.
What do I have? Like $25? I might have $25. I'm gonna say Monday, the 19th is St. Paddy's Day, and you guys are booked in on a Saturday, which is 2 days before St. Paddy's Day.
St. Patrick's Day, 2018, March 17th, Saturday.
Yes. Suck a fucking dick. Here we go.
This calendar's completely wrong then.
Oh, no, it's the calendar's fault. Okay.
Probably a Mayan calendar.
Okay.
Somehow aligned.
Mayan.
They've been thinking about St. Patrick's Day.
You got the Mayan app?
That's crazy.
The end of the world
Look,
was like
I
4 years ago.
I even punched it in. Mackenzie's tour, 19th says St. Paddy's Day. I'm not fucking.
I mean, St. Patrick's Day weekend.
It's not like I'm saying I'm not.
I believe you. I can see it.
It's fine, killer.
19th St. Paddy's Day.
It's fine. You use lies to
That's for
propagate
Newfoundland
your
and
information.
Labrador. No one
That's
fucking
fine.
cares
No
about
problem.
March 19th.
Continue with your lies, Gtone.
St. Paddy's Day in Newfoundland and Labrador.
For some reason, I think that should count more.
Wait a minute. There's different days?
I think the Mackenzies would go over better in Newfoundland and Labrador on a Monday than they would on a Saturday.
Look at this guy booking the tour now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
this guy's got good.
I'm sorry.
This guy's got booking
I'm
money.
sorry.
It's good. He's got
I'm
booking
sorry.
money. No respect for
He's got
holidays.
no respect-
No respect for
No
holidays.
respect for phones. No respect for holidays. I gotta tell you, you're using a hard line here, my friend, with our guests.
I tried to.
You're throwing out bets that you know, like I'm getting concerned. The
I'm
reason
the
why
driver. I'm the driver of the
that's
vehicle.
what I
Like,
was
that's what
trying
I'm
to-
saying.
That's what
I'm
I
saying.
was getting to. The thing that made this interesting was that you could have
fair.
actually, you could have took him a place to make your bet win.
But
sir.
that
I
would
could
kind of
have
make.
taken you to a place to make my bet. I don't know where we're at this point. Like I don't know where we're going.
I can make the hell out of a bet.
Yeah,
I can make
yeah.
the hell.
I can make the hell out of a bet.
No problem. Corners, no problem. Forget about it.
You talking
Queen, king. You're talking
hospital?
You're talking
Queens, King, Hospitals.
Yeah, I can
fucking
make
bunk beds? No problem.
What's up? I can
Come
make
down
the hell
to
out of a
dance,
bet.
tuck you in bed.
I can make the hell out of a bet.
You're not even drinking good vodka.
I'll drink this vodka.
You're drinking good.
I'm still drinking it.
Co-sponsor White Lightning.
Jesus, sideways. Christ, that's some white lightning.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
This is a proper time right now.
I brought up the Real McKenzies tour. We should be talking about...
That's what I'm trying to say. Let's talk, instead of making this the longest goddamn pitch ever to figure out when St. Patrick's Day is, which is, by the way, I just want to say, of no consequence when we know the actual dates of the tour don't maybe even coincide with that. It coincides with...
Oh, no, always.
Always. Every actual day.
Every single time.
So just to be clear, it's on the 17th of March.
Yeah.
And that's going to be in Calgary, and it's going to be amazing with the Real McKenzies.
Yeah,
Fact?
No. Yeah.
Wait, why did you say no?
Because tour starts way before that. I've got it written down in front of me right here.
No. But what he was saying is what I was saying is that
17
for years, and Troy would know, I don't know, or Paul would know.
That's the throwdown.
They would know. Yeah, exactly. That was the place that has always been so good to the McKenzies. And so they just started being like, well, they're so good to us. Let's just base a Western Canadian tour every year on that.
I didn't mean to add some turmoil to that. Like, I don't
To be honest, when you said it was on the 19th, I was like, is it on the 19th? Like, I could be wrong.
By the Google Calendar.
See, but
by the Mackenzie calendar.
How about this,
I think the Mackenzie calendar is probably right.
How about this, though? If it is in, what did you say, Labrador and...
Newfoundland.
It is St. Patty's Day in Labrador and Newfoundland.
Labrador.
Absolutely.
Labrador.
That's how you fucking play that, bro.
Okay.
Bro, you know how to do this.
But
I'm going to go ahead right now for the 3 people still listening. That
I love you, Mom. I love you, Mom.
I'm going to go ahead and say that, with your permission, I'm going to run down the dates.
Okay.
The Real McKenzie dates real quick.
That's what I got right here.
March... Well, I appreciate that you wrote it down. What a good guy. What a smart guy. I'm going to say that real quick. March 1st in Cumberland, BC. They're at the Waverly. March 2nd, they're in Victoria, BC Upstairs Cabaret. How about I'll say the date and you can say the city.
I can help you.
You can say the city. Ready? You know all this. You wrote it
really
down. Ready? March 3rd, they're in...
Vancouver.
Jesus Christ, yes.
Nailed
At
it.
the Rickshaw Theater. And on March 7th, they go to...
I knew it started with a V, though.
I don't know. I don't give a fuck until we get to Rosslyn, BC.
Well, hold on.
March
This
14th.
is the worst plug. This is the worst set of plug. Okay. March 7th,
There's some Quebec dates
That's
in there.
right.
It doesn't have anything to do with me.
because you're not driving.
Yeah. Right.
Well, this is
I
how
only
you,
know where I'm driving.
Take note, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you plug shows. Only plug the things you have anything to do with.
Gotcha.
Don't care about anything else because it's not about anyone else.
Do you want me to write down every single date of every single, like...
Well, you have a book, and I am trying to do that for you.
Okay. What
March
words do you
7th.
know?
March 7th.
What words do you know?
Real McKenzies are in Quebec at La Source, and then March 8th they're in Montreal at Catacombs, and then March 9th in Toronto, Ontario at the Horseshoe.
Give them the whole thing.
March 10th in Ottawa, Ontario at the Aberdeen Pavilion. March 11th at Peterborough, Ontario, Market Hall. And then this is your shining moment. We're gonna get back into you saying the cities because this is where you care
When we
again.
get back to
Rosslyn.
Okay,
so in March 14th they're in
Rosslyn, BC.
at the Flying Steam Shovel, and on March 15th they're in.
I don't know. I just know.
Oh Jesus Christ!
You said you
It's
wrote
like
it
the
down.
one thing.
I got to pick up in the turnaround, man.
All
I'll
right.
give you Winnipeg on March 22nd.
No, sir. They're in.
Yeah.
Well,
Winnipeg, March 22nd.
this is you're throwing the whole pitch way out
We should post these to the
You guys
show
don't
notes.
understand.
the whole time.
I'm going
There's
to talk
be
about the pickup
actual
point.
graphic right
I'm
now.
going to talk about the pickup point, the turnaround point, and the get back point. I don't give a fuck what happens in between.
New nickname, White Lightning.
White lightning. White hot Gtone came in.
Get that right there.
White lightning.
Sorry, Max. I forgot.
White Lightning Max, bro. 100 fucking proof,
All right,
son.
let me finish this list real quick. March 14th, they're in Rosslyn.
I'm getting shushed by the camera guy.
Well, just let me finish the list. March 14th, they're in Rosslyn, BC. March 15th in Lethbridge. March 16th in Edmonton. March 17th in Calgary. On the 18th, they're in Red Deer. On the 19th, they're in Banff. On the 20th, they're in Regina. On the 22nd, they're in Winnipeg. On the 23rd, they're in Saskatoon. And on the 24th, they're in Grand Prairie.
March
That's
24th,
right.
last fucking date. And then we're
Only
in
cares.
hometown.
No problem.
I love that I knew you would say only the last date because you only care about the beginning,
was following the
turnaround, and the last date.
I care about the beginning, the turnaround, and the last date.
Oh,
What do you think I'm
nothing in
missing?
between.
Do you think I'm missing something? That's what we have here.
Of course, I care about everything in between, but that's the tour. We're doing a Western tour.
You're also touring
Start in
with
Vancouver, turn around in Winnipeg, get back to Grand Prairie. We're done.
Okay.
Boom.
You're also touring with Ray Gun Cowboys and with the Boyds.
Boyds.
Love both of those bands.
Boys.
So much. Every single person in those bands and their music, not in any particular order, are amazing.
Good humans.
Yeah.
That's the best kind of human.
Yeah. They're all, they're so rad.
That's pretty rad, dude. You must be pretty excited coming up
Yep.
again, and then
It's
the
just
fun
like seeing
don't stop.
It's just like seeing old friends all the time, and then you just get to work together again.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Let's see. Are you playing the whole Dreadnoughts tour with ATD?
It's
I
just a little
think.
Short Island thing.
Yeah, it's Short Island thing, and
But
then
they come
I think
back this way.
I'm playing the Russian Tim
Yeah.
Wednesdays.
The Wednesday show.
the
There's a Wednesday,
31st,
Thursday, right?
with ATD as well.
Right. On
Can
Wednesday.
I ask a question?
That's just I'm amazed at your
I
politeness.
I don't ask
You
questions
even-
ever.
What's love like? I don't know. I don't know.
I'm blown away by your politeness. Please continue.
Danny Garrison,
Yep.
what's it like touring overseas?
Great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I hate flying.
All right, that's all the
I
time
hate-
we have tonight.
No, I hate flying, and so
Do you take anything?
booze.
Drugs?
Booze. Do you
I
drink-
tried doing a melatonin thing. You literally feel your entire body relax, but it has nothing to do with it because it's all in the old brain hole.
the nog.
Yeah,
The nog bog.
because I'm just afraid in this giant metal death trap all the time.
Yeah.
but we fly all the time.
You're over the ocean.
So
It
my
goes
my
down,
own
you're in
my
the
only
water.
trick is besides
rough.
trying to
It's rough.
pass out by drinking, but you can't do that if you land somewhere and then you have to play like as soon as you land.
That's true.
So for those days, I usually try to do the I'll look at all the strangers and assign them comic book characters and then make up a reason in my head on why we're flying there. Being like, oh, shit went down
As
in
a
Bloodhaven.
team. As a team.
But we're a team now. That's why it's quiet, because we all don't know if we're going to make it out of there.
This is the most Dan Garrison thing I think I've ever
Oh,
heard.
man,
Yeah.
I swear to God, though, but if I can do that, and if it's a good enough story that I come up with, then it works. Then it works, and then we start landing, and I'm like, yes! And landing's my favorite part.
Good work, team. Do you jump up and praise the surrounding?
I have definitely done that before. I'd be like, yeah, we did it! And I'm high-fiving people, and
did it.
everybody's like, yeah!
I don't know you.
I don't know you.
Have you ever been on a flight where people clap at the end?
Yep.
You got it.
yeah.
Especially
Really
like
disturbing flights.
Yeah, me too. Only the most disturbing flights of my life.
We were in.
the
I was
crew
in. I was flying from Brisbane to Sydney, and it was in like 2001, and this is what all these fires were going on.
Australia?
Yeah,
Brisbane, Australia to Sydney, Australia.
to Sydney, and we were flying in, and the fire. It was 3:00 in the afternoon, but the sky was black. Everything was fine, and
sounds
then you
like
fly,
lyrics.
and then you fly into.
It was 3
Fly into the darkness, but it's three in.
Are you
the
writing a song
afternoon.
right now? This
Maybe.
It's 3 a.m. and the sky was black.
I don't work for Nine Inch Nails. I don't know. So we were coming down in, and I was listening to the radio, and there was a song, and it might be a John Denver song. I don't remember, but the line was, "When your world turns upside down," and at that moment, it's pitch black on the window. The whole plane goes like this.
Whoa.
And like everybody's drinks and everything goes over, and everybody starts screaming, and then it was fine for the rest of in through the darkness, and we landed the plane, and everybody was like, "We did it!
Holy fuck.
We did it!
That's terrifying.
Call your aunt! Call your aunt! We did it! We did it!"
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
Amazed.
It was terrifying.
Amazed. You made it.
By the way, looking it
Here you
up.
are on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
By the way, looking it up. Not John Denver. It was, in fact,
James Taylor.
I'm gonna color in the lines to your story.
Okay. Yeah, it was when your world turns upside down.
When your world turns upside down. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Turns.
It was just on the radio in the plane. You know when you just plugged into it and you didn't have a monitor? This is in 2001. I was like 19.
It was not high tech.
It's not high tech.
What's going on here with Google? God damn it.
You had just moved out of Settler.
Can you look that up, Killer?
I moved
What?
to Australia after I went to high school in Stettler. Yeah. Yeah.
What,
Good
like
memory.
17, 18 years old, he moved out of Stettler?
Yep. Stettler, Alberta. Oh,
Stettler-
speaking of
where's-
Stettler,
I wrote
Alberta.
it
What's
down
the
here.
city closest to Stettler?
Okay, so let's say this is Calgary and this is Edmonton.
So he's making a motion of about
Red Deer's
gonna be
foot
Red, Deer,
between
Red Deer's
cameras
kind of
involved,
right. Red Deer's right in the middle,
Yep.
kind of. If you go 45 minutes east of Red Deer, that's where Stettler is. It's like an hour
East of
north
Red
of
Deer.
Drumheller.
East of Red Deer.
Yeah.
Very close to Drumheller, right between
Well,
Edmonton
it's an
and
hour.
Calgary.
It's an hour north of
Red
Drumheller.
Deer. An hour north of Drumheller. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Did it start
But
as a camp?
the Red Deer show, which I'm super excited for, I talked to a bunch of friends. Yeah, because that's
We
the
got
that's the
people
close.
in Red Deer. We
that-
love those people in Red Deer.
That's the closest show of people that I went to high school with. They're either in Calgary or Edmonton or Red Deer, or it's gonna be awesome. And I love seeing them. This is my third year going to Red Deer with the McKenzies.
Mackenzies in Red Deer last year
badass.
was super fun.
It was awesome.
I
And
think we
one of
talked
the
that
songs, that on the album was dedicated to a guy that passed away, a good buddy of mine, on the newest album. And there was a lot of friends of his there, like mutual friends with me as well.
Yeah.
But and they were all there, and they were just like, "Oh man."
What song on the album?
It's called "The Town."
That's what?
Yeah.
Brother, that leads into one of my questions. When you left your hometown, I left my hometown because there was some serious loss and tragedy,
Yep.
and it spurred me on my path, what I should be doing in the future.
Okay.
And I know that I've sat in a fucking room with you, and we've shared stories about loss and tragedy, and I know that is what spurred you on your path.
Yeah.
Can you speak a little bit about? I don't want you to tell
comfortable
stories
talking
about
about
your
this?
You don't have
on
you don't have to
what
talk
level?
about the tragedy
no
or
idea what you
anything,
guys talked about.
but the things that happened that got you out of your hometown to a bigger town where you can meet the people that you needed to meet
I think
to move forward.
I think not to not to make like light out of it, but it wasn't a difficult decision to leave Stettler. Do you know what I mean? Because when you're part of the miscellaneous group, you there's only a couple of options left for you. You either do have a great job, and I'm not shitting on any of my friends that still live there and work hard and blah blah blah, and they've got families and blah blah blah, and that's what they wanted to do. But there was no room. There was no room for me and a lot of people in Stettler, and that's why, like my buddy Rob. I always call him Rubby or Rob, but or Rubs. Anyway, that's a long story. And anyways, but I was talking to him, and he was seeing this girl, and she was just like, "Oh yeah," and I'm going to my first funeral. And they were like, they were in their 30s. And he's like, "What do you mean your first funeral?" And she's just like, "Yeah, I've just never been to a funeral."
Never had loss before.
And she was like, "Have you been to a funeral?" He's like, "I went to 6 when I was in high school."
Wow.
And there's something weird about Stettler that way, and that's what kind of the town's about. It's like if there's no place for you, you know what I mean? But you still stick around. The lines get very, very blurry. There's a lot of there's not a lot to do in Stettler unless you're set up, unless your parents own an oil field, unless you play hockey, unless you're a cowboy or a farmer. And I'm not ripping on any of those people. That's not what I'm saying.
Those are just the paths that are
wonderful people in this town. But if you're not one of them, and you don't know why, you should leave, because the only other option is pretty bad.
It's pretty
bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It's pretty bleak. It's pretty bleak.
Yeah.
And
because you just don't relate to anything.
How could you? You know, the town doesn't want you there. And I'm not saying everybody's just like, hidey tidy, kind of stuff like that. There's some wonderful people, but they are the people that run the town, being like, well, like, what are you doing for this place? It's like, I don't know, trying to skateboard and play music. What are you doing?
Yeah. And they're
Being
like, I'm a banker, sir.
Yeah. Fucking Gary.
Are there bankers and stuff?
Yeah.
It's like, wait.
Wonderful people there.
I'm a rancher, sir.
If anything, you gotta, like you were saying, and I guess that's because it came to me as more of like a breath of fresh air, just to be like, hey, I need to go, and I moved back there after I came back from Australia, and then I had a lot of fun when I moved back. I moved back for like a couple years, I think. And my sister, who was living in Vancouver or Victoria at the time. No, I think it was Vancouver. And she was just like, hey, she came in to do a wedding shoot for photography.
Is she older than you or younger?
Yeah.
Older.
And she was doing some wedding stuff. And she was just like, Dan, you need to get out of here. This is the third time I was back actually in Stettler. That's not true. So I came back, then I moved away to Lethbridge, and then I moved to Burstall, Saskatchewan, and then I went back to Stettler again for like maybe 8 months, and that's when my sister showed up.
Yeah.
And she was just like, hey Dan, like, what are you doing here? And I was like, I don't know.
She can
and
spot
she's like,
it.
she could totally spot it. And she's like, why don't you just move to Vancouver?
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, I'm leaving on a plane tomorrow, and I think you should be on that plane. And I was like, okay. And the next day I left.
Wow. She spotted you trying to assimilate into something that you didn't belong into, essentially. Like just
You're bigger than this.
sucked-
Is
I
what
sucked
your
at- I
sister
sucked
saw.
at
You're
playing.
bigger than this.
I sucked
huge,
at playing, and I was unhappy, and like everything was about forgetting where you were. Not that I don't do that all the time now, but I like where I am. Like I like Vancouver, and I like all the people I've met, and it was
you have a pretty
hard
rad situation.
It was pretty intense.
You've gotten yourself into a very, very comfortable situation from my perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in the Real McKenzies. You write songs for the Real McKenzies. You're in the Corps, who is...
Dude, the Corps, honestly, I
everyone looks up to the Corps as possibly the best fucking band in Vancouver right now.
I'm gonna
That's
throw
kind.
and I'm gonna throw this photo up right here in the we're recording this right now, but I'll put a photo up right now. You
just take off your shirt?
Please make
I'm
sure.
like,
Make
It's all him. It's all him. All belly right now.
Oh shit! Yeah. I was gonna say we're gonna throw up a photo of our younger brother, Brendonius, back in Kenora, rocking this Corps shirt right now.
No way.
Yeah,
You have a
yeah.
picture of Brendan?
I do. Yeah. I'll show you here in a minute, but I'll
Because
throw
we
it up
bought
on-
shirts from the last show that the Corps played at Cobalt.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is
Christmas shirts.
I sent him. I
right,
sent him that
Christmas
shirt.
Christmas shirts.
I sent him that shirt, and he's been losing weight, and it was a medium. And I was like, he needs a large, and Gtone's like, no man, he'll fit a medium. Dude, he sent me a photo. He's like,
he ain't a big kid.
he sent me a photo. He's like, this is awesome. This is a new style for me. I might wear clothes tighter like this. Like he's like so into it.
Shut up.
That's so
Shut
funny.
up.
He did. He said it.
What? I was wrong? Yeah, look at him.
Bang bang bang. Single Street
Blah.
gang gang.
Right.
Blah, blah.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty rad. Eh? Big Brendonius.
Wow, he's not keto. He's not keto, that's for sure.
You should send that to us, and we'll put it on our Facebook page.
I will.
Look at the bell.
Yeah,
Look at the
well,
bell on
it's
that
awesome.
guy.
He's looking sharp. He's looking really in shape.
With
But yeah, like I gotta tell you, it wasn't just like a fashion thing though. He was like, I'm Googling these guys right away.
Obviously the
Started-
Corps.
started
Obviously
bumping
the
him.
Corps
I was-
deserves fucking...
He was like, what's your favorite Corps song? I was like, Killing Joke and Violet. And
that's why you asked me for the chord.
that's why I was like, I want to learn how to play this song. I love it so much.
You know what?
I guess this is my
Violet.
Spoiler alert! Because I think we were on. Were we on tour?
That's the
You
best
always
part.
bring a lady on stage to sing Violet with you, right?
Yeah, Rochelle Boyley, who plays in
does a great job.
Broken Islands.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, she also sings
They're like a
on our new
synth,
record, Diana, which is about Wonder Woman, and she sings the whole thing.
Broken Islands is like synth kind of.
It's like Joy Division kind of. Yeah.
I don't know how to describe that, but Joy Division's a good way to describe that. It's really good stuff. I like it.
Yeah, great band.
I was gonna say, when I asked you, I messaged you for the chords to Killing Joke. I just sent you. I sent you a Facebook message, and I was like, he'll get to it. I know he's on the road. He'll get to it when he gets to it. Boom, responds within 2 minutes, sends me the chord structure, everything all laid out really quick. And then I was like, man, thank you for your prompt response. He's like, yeah, it's okay. I'm literally about to walk on stage. This guy's answering messages as he's going on stage.
Okay.
Like, such a good guy.
No. Funny story about that. I was like,
Oh my God.
I was pretty drunk.
I'm about to have my dreams shattered here. Okay.
No. I was like this. And I'm like,
One eye.
hey, Peterson, how does Killing Joke go? What's the chord progression?
Peterson is like,
And Peterson, he's like, it's in A minor, and C, and then G,
love-
and then F, and then E.
I love
And I'm
it.
like, oh yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
so good.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
no, because I asked him
Thanks,
what the chorus
Pete.
is, and I was just like, because I couldn't think of it because we were just like
Yeah.
ready to go on, and I was like, I'm blanking,
Yeah.
and he's just like, oh no, this is it.
I
And
love
was
if Andrew was like,
thanks, man.
if Andrew's like, I think you need to be focused on the Real McKenzies right now. Like we're about to go do
Yeah,
this
he's
show.
just like, Dan, shut up for a second.
like,
It's
Dan.
this. And then, shut up. It's this. Let's go. You
That's
gotta
so
play.
good.
And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
We're going. Are we going now?
So remind me, I think next piano live stream, I'm gonna try and bang that out.
If YouTube
See
lets
what's
you.
up. If YouTube lets me, with its
Lil
weird
Mackenzie's,
Facebook.
Lil Mackenzie's cover. Maybe not. You're not Prince. You guys ain't Prince.
Which by any means,
You're right. I am not.
You're
crazy.
not.
You're like, that is indeed
You
a
are
fact.
right. You
That is
are-
indeed a
What's
fact.
that other guy?
You're 100% right. I
The other
won't
guy
bet
you
you
got
on
shut
that.
down for.
Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park.
They're like, you're not Chester Bennington.
You're not
I'm
Chester
like,
Bennington.
I know.
You gotta play that.
My
fucking
favorite-
kid.
You know what? To be fair, my girlfriend said she'd break up with me unless I stopped quoting Linkin Park. But in the end, it doesn't really matter.
Oh my fucking
doesn't
god.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that's it for the show, everybody.
Well, make sure you guys use our
That is
podcast
like the
promo
That's
code.
funny that Lincoln Park.
time I said
Lincoln
that joke,
Park gets
and I
fucking
still
doesn't
love
really
it.
matter, and it's not fucking Platinum Blonde. You guys don't know Platinum Blonde doesn't really matter?
We know.
That's a
Platinum
fucking
Blonde.
song.
Wait a minute.
It's
we
not
just
The Winner Takes It All by ABBA.
wait a minute. We just established
just
Gtone.
saying.
Dan Garrison, 1982.
Doesn't really
Jayme
matter.
McDonald.
Ow! Doesn't
I know the song.
Jamie
Platinum
McDonald,
Blonde.
1985.
I don't think you do.
Gtone, 1978. Dan Garrison, 1982. Chris Martin, 1986.
Don't you play in Coldplay?
Yeah, that's my main band.
Aren't you the fucking
My main
loser
thing.
Coldplay, bud?
That's
Man, you guys are good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like me.
it's like,
I
yeah.
like when they give away flashy headbands at their live show.
That's my idea.
Those are cock rings, actually.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Those are
It's
cock
not a
rings.
headband, it's a cock ring.
It's a cock ring.
Wow, good for you.
Super endowed fans. I love it.
I wanted to get into states. Like, do
Can I
you
say
travel
that-
in the states at all?
With the McKenzies, yeah. But,
Little
yeah, we got kicked off at Florida.
That's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. What? You
The
got,
states don't appreciate the McKenzies.
hold on.
Allegedly.
You got kicked
At
off
least
what?
Florida.
Dan, what happened?
We were supposed to play 2 dates in this Florida concert in St.
fest?
Augustine.
St.
Well, it was
Augustine,
like a Celtic festival kind of
St.
thing.
Celtic
Augustine.
Festival. You're sending the Real McKenzies the top of the Celtic fucking list.
Jeez, I didn't
What
cancel them.
happened? Tell me, Danny.
All right, so I think like
Gtone has a way of yelling that makes you feel like you're at fault for the thing. It's like, are you telling me?
Troy and everybody could tell this better because I was pretty drunk. When we were driving up, I think
Dan,
we were
this doesn't
driving
sound
up
like
from
you at
Miami-
all. I don't-
I think we were driving up.
in my hand.
I think we were driving up from Miami to St. Augustine, like northwest or northeast, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Gainesville.
Gainesville.
No, we didn't go to Gainesville.
Yeah. No, I don't know where that is.
I need to go to what's it called?
Jacksonville.
No, in Gainesville, Fest.
Shut up.
I need to go to Gainesville for Fest next
for
year.
Fest, that's
I'm
right,
told-
yeah.
I
For
have to
Fest.
go. Doesn't
Straight
matter.
up.
Gainesville's
Actually, I can't because we're recording. Anyways,
Here we go.
but so I think it's Troy, myself, Jono, and Paul we finished 2 40s of vodka before we get to the show. And then Troy's just like, hey guys,
That's 2.28.
when we meet, what was this lady's name? I think her name was Elisa. She was like stagehand or like stage manager, or like she was like the musician's boss.
Okay.
From all the thing. Lovely. Absolute sweetheart. She knew exactly what was going on. She was just like, hey, listen. And she was talking to Troy, because Troy's kind of, you know, the road manager. And she's just like, hey, I know this is going to be, but there's children out there, and this is kind of a Christian state.
Oh God, I can already see this.
Anyway, if you could keep the swearing to nothing, I'm like, so we're not going to play "Fuck the Real McKenzies."
Yeah.
Anyway,
I wrote that song.
And I'm like, okay, so that song's out. Bitch Off the Money is out. We're just like counting down the songs. What do they have swear words in the title?
Anything.
And they're like, also, if you couldn't glorify, if you couldn't, it'd be great if you didn't glorify drinking in front of this younger audience.
Do they know who they booked?
I was like, oh,
so that's
you know what was weird though?
85%
You know
of
what was
every
weird though
song,
is
yeah.
Jameson's was one of the sponsors.
No.
So when we got there, they're just handing everybody a bottle each, and we're like, "See you later, feelings." Just getting trashed. Anyways, but Honesty Camp, we were pretty good for about 19 songs.
Okay.
Like nobody was like picking up a drink. You'd go behind your amp and just have a little sip while Paul was talking.
Paul
No.
didn't lift up
We
his
were
skirt and dingle his
that's
berries.
later.
Song 20.
And so
Jesus.
we were doing like really good. Like, I don't mean playing really good. I mean like we were doing really good. We weren't swearing. And something happened, and somebody fucked up big time. And then the next thing I remember.
I'm sorry, that you seem like you glossed over the most important detail there.
It seems like
Somebody
someone
fucked up. What do you?
No, like on
Like
on,
in the song, or
yeah, in the song.
okay, so there's
Yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
arrangement skip where someone. Okay, so there's like
Somebody
a cue,
fucks up. Somebody fucks
Someone
up.
misses a cue, and
And we're all just like playing it off as a joke, because now we're comfortable, and we're like, you know, we're just like, oh fuck, you fucked that up, and blah blah. No, you fucked that up. No, I didn't fuck that up, and blah blah blah.
Oh, no.
And as I'm realizing this is happening while everybody's talking, I am still, because I still have my Jameson's whiskey, and I'm just like sipping at it, watching it, being like, what was the 2 things we weren't supposed to do tonight? I'm like, fuck, I can't remember. And I'm like, oh yeah. It was not glorified drinking. And I'm just standing on the stage, just pounding this bottle of whiskey.
so this guy was behind you trying to literally do what you were saying you were trying not to do, which is glorify whiskey. I'm so sorry.
I'll tell my dad to stay off these streets.
So Jameson sets you up. You go out
No.
on stage.
I'm there, and we just, everybody's yelling into the mics, being like, "Oh, you fucked up!" Like a funny thing, like a camaraderie thing. That you fucked up. Nah, I fucked up.
Obviously,
No,
the
fuck
crowd's
you.
gonna be with you when this happens.
Crowd was there. Everybody's having a good time. There's no harm, no foul. And I'm trying to think as I'm drinking this whiskey. I'm like, what were the 2 things that we weren't supposed to do tonight? Swear
Glorify
glorify drinking. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Anyways, so they cut all the mics.
They shut you down.
Wow.
Shut off the show.
Wow.
Everybody on stage is laughing and just like picks up their secret bottle of Jameson's and is
the
like,
only
hey,
guy,
blah,
guy
blah.
left with actual noise is Aspie. Just
Oh no!
blowing
He
horns.
was like, no, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Like
He walked
you
on
cut.
stage,
You
like,
no.
fuck this.
Everybody did. They're like, no, you cut the mics. We're out of here. The
pipes are
So
out,
we
yeah.
start walking off stage, and then Paul's just like, I'm not done singing.
Yeah, there
So
you
he
go.
goes back up to the mic and just, and I sit down on the corner of a stage right, and I'm just sitting there drinking this bottle of Jameson, and he's like,
Just mouth. It just looks like he's mouthing the words
well,
because
because the mics aren't
Yeah,
the mics aren't on.
Mics are off.
So he's
We
so
are having a
going.
great time. I just
Oh,
I want to say that
best
like
time.
there was nothing negative about our
time.
experience
Best
on
time.
that. I'm having so much fun. It's like, yeah, they cut the mic, doesn't matter. So we go backstage or in like one of the tents 'cause
After
it was
Paul's
Old Time,
done.
festival, and then we get
not drinking that.
Everybody's getting into everything else, and a lot of fun, and we're having a great time, and like we're throwing food at each other and just having a blast.
Amaze.
And then somebody says, "Hey, we should go to the merch booth." This isn't 20 minutes after the set's done. Geez. And it's just like, yeah, we still gonna go to the merch booth. So we go to the merch booth, and I'm not trying to size shame anybody, but as we're in the merch booth, this very round woman comes across. She's carrying a toilet seat and walking a dog.
Okay, this is already the most interesting person at the festival. Carried her own toilet seat.
There was a toilet seat and walking a dog. And we're like having fun and talking, and everybody's excited. There are people with kids there being like, man, like, hey, thanks for coming and blah, blah, blah. We haven't seen you in whatever a million years. And I'm just like, yeah, I've only been banned for a little amount of time. But it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
And she starts screaming over everybody, and we're just signing stuff and having a great time. She starts just screaming over everybody. Blah, blah, blah. When everybody kind of like finally like kind of turns around, being like, hey, like, what's she talking about? And she's like, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, fuck.
Using the Lord's name in vain, you devil worshippers, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, fuck off. And everybody at the merch table is like, yay! And we all celebrate, and she runs off.
Merchanders.
The next morning, sorry about that. Okay. The next morning is different.
What happened?
Next morning, Troy's like, hey, Dan, so we've got a pretty interesting article. You know that, because we're playing another show the next day.
Oh, yeah.
In the same spot. Same stage, same everything. It's like, there's a pretty interesting article. I'm like, all right, go on. And he's like, so basically.
Go on.
It was this very conservative article written about how we're like the worst band in the world, and I was like,
obviously,
Troy, like who booked this from their side? How do they not know who the Real McKenzies are? Yeah. Why would they book a band?
Yeah,
hey, no one came in and talked to you.
That's right.
Hey,
no one.
So we show anyways, but we're like, wow, that's like pretty mean, and a lot of the stuff wasn't true. There's a really, really like heavy rain and crazy stuff because the gates opened at 10 in the morning. We were on at 6 the next day.
PM?
So 8 hours later.
Who goes on
8 hours later? No.
Wait.
We were the last band on that day. Here's the thing.
It's an early show.
Here's the thing, and I wanna set this to the side. Just when you think about that, there's families, there's kids, there's people in like raincoats sitting in the rain, waiting until 6 p.m. We get to the place at about 4:30, and Troy goes in and talks to, I believe her name is Lisa.
An hour and a half early. You're proper.
And she was just like, hey, great show last night, but how would you feel about not playing tonight? Because that article came out and blah, blah, blah. And Troy was just like,
Do we still get paid?
Do we still get paid? Yeah. And she's like, yes, absolutely. I'm so sorry. She was so awesome. She was sweetheart.
She was handling
She was like, hey, I'm so sorry about this. And Troy's like, we're ready to play, but if you don't want us to play, she's like, no, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. Like, okay. So Troy goes and gets his face
scanned for the new
slammed to being like going up to whoever's paying him, blah blah blah, because they were so disgusted or something like that. And Troy's like, okay, whatever. Blah,
double
blah,
leg
blah.
takedown.
Like, yeah, here you
drop
go.
You on your head if you don't
Slams
mind.
the door in his face of this like trailer on the side of the festival. Comes back, blah blah blah. And we're sitting there in the tents, and I mean obviously everybody's drinking, and there's still a bunch of people out in the rain, and I was like, Troy, did they fucking tell
anybody,
the entire audience all day that we would not be able to play this? They let them sit here and spend money on food and booze and hang out with their kids in the rain on a weather warning all day, even though they didn't want us to play. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? And he's like, I don't know.
They're digging your fans.
So Troy and I, we grabbed a bunch of new CDs and we went out into the audience and we were just like, I am so sorry, especially to the ones with kids. And we're like, fuck, I'm so sorry.
Wow.
We won't be playing because of weather. Because of
you
weather.
guys, you handled that. You handled that really well.
That's amazing.
Oh, dude, like this one guy with his daughter
really well.
that was there. Like I swear to God, like he almost crying. He's like, because he
came
saw
to
like
see you guys
3.
play.
They were there since 10 in the morning.
In the rain.
And they spent money and they were totally okay. And then another article comes out and being like, this band came over and only took us for our money and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Troy, you got to send them a message being like, they let everybody stay there in the rain on this horrible weather thing and spend money on their trucks.
Yeah, burn the
and then
market.
Still didn't tell them, being like, oh yeah, by the way, the McKenzies aren't playing.
What?
They let them know like
Bullshit.
10 minutes before
Big
the
time
show was
bullshit.
supposed to go on.
Big time bullshit.
And all these people left. All these people that they were just sitting there.
Big time bullshit.
You guys handled that so well. The mentality behind making
How
it
do
right.
you handle that though? You just
the way
fucking
you-
handle that, right?
The way you handled that
have
was
to.
so well. Like
We're
taking
here to fucking do this. I'll fucking overturn this fucking table right now.
taking things into account with just the fact that they're basically like they look at it like such a seasonal thing, right? And you guys are like, well, you guys are burning our market. Like you're literally burning the town down for us. And if they had their narrative, the narrative that you guys were the worst band ever two nights in a row and you just like took money, whereas like the real narrative is like, actually we tried to do it exactly to what we were booked, and then they overstepped their boundaries, and then the second day they failed to communicate to the paying customers in the crowd.
No, they let them come in and pay, and then spend money on
That's
all
what
the
I'm
rest
saying.
of their carts. Yeah.
Like there's no notices anywhere, nothing like that.
got one?
That's not good.
What do you mean you don't got one?
It's not
Gtone.
good. It's not good.
So the idea though that I think is really cool is that like the more you are ingratiated within this dynamic of that group, the way you guys are doing. You guys are recording or writing new stuff right now?
Yep.
Yeah. And you're responsible for a lot of that writing. Same situation as Two Devils Will Talk.
I think everybody's writing.
Wow.
Right now, and
Great, man.
which is awesome.
That's great.
And yeah, and I think I'll have a
I think you've
solid group of songs by like really solid, because I can't do anything in March, but I'll probably have a bunch of songs like ready and demoed by April.
April.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty exciting stuff.
But we don't go into the studio until October.
It's exciting stuff.
Do we get,
what do you got there in this?
Can I?
That patch earned.
Earned and burned.
Earned and burned.
Real McKenzies,
25 years.
It was last year's fucking tour, my friend.
Yep, I was there.
Stoked.
He's like, yeah,
I know you were there.
I was
that's
there.
good stuff, man. I want to take a moment here really quick just to thank our sponsors for going ahead and doing our show every week.
Every week.
Float House, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware, is one of the best ways you can spend your time. It is the premier isolation tank destination you can experience from top tier levels. I'm talking like this is such an amazing aquatic facility. If you come into this place, Float House, any of their locations, and you got to try it out. It's awesome. Gtone hasn't floated yet.
20% off.
20%
For being
off.
involved in the podcast.
That's what I'm talking
It's
about.
a good situation. If you go ahead and use our podcast promo code IIPodcast, you can get 20% off your next float. It's honestly so tranquil. It's like one of the most relaxing ways you can spend your
Spend
time.
an hour.
Stenning does it all the time in the Corps
Does he?
and the McKenzies.
Stenning?
Yep.
Stenning's a fucking floater?
Yep.
I would like to.
And he wrote the song "Float" on the 25th year anniversary record. Yeah.
Shut up.
Yep.
No.
I would like to.
I swear to God.
I would like
I
to
swear to
chat.
God, it makes so much more sense now.
I'd like to know what his thoughts are on floating because
Stenning.
No, he loves it. He loves it.
I float pretty often. So
No, he absolutely loves it. I didn't know. Is there like a diet thing about it?
No.
No.
It's a
Floating, so it's honestly it's such a great way of just unplugging, and I really like the fact that like when you're in there, there's no bullshit. It's just you. Like there's you can't lie to yourself anymore about stuff. There's no
What
ego.
was the movie? What was the movie back in the day?
That's what I'm afraid of.
88.
Altered Minds.
Altered
Altered
state.
States.
Altered state.
Allegedly.
big in
Magazine
Dolphin
Altered
State.
States?
Allegedly.
C-Mart's big in Dolphin
Allegedly.
State. I don't know if you
I
know
just
this.
saw it pretty recently.
It comes up though a
In the
lot
last 8
in your
months or
conversation.
so.
Every
Altered
once in a while.
States is a very serious progression of, I don't know.
Interprogression. I gotta
love
tell you,
interprogression.
my favorite thing about Floathouse is the knowledgeable staff and the fact that you get your own private tank, obviously, but shower, your own private shower,
You're
your own
not
private
sharing tanks
everything.
with anyone.
No, and
What if you want to?
that exists for some
Me and you.
some facilities.
Me and you, bro. You want to go in a tank together?
Let's do this. Peepa and Dang.
Peepa and dang, biddly dang.
Please go on.
If you use the podcast promo code II Podcast, you can get yourself 20% off your next float. It's an amazing deal. I really think you should take advantage of it. We float. You should float. I float. Dan Garrison will float. Gtone will float.
Everyone floats.
It's going to be amazing. We all float down here.
We all float down here.
That's the song.
That should be the song.
what's up.
No. Have you heard that song?
No. I have the vinyl and I'm such
We
an
all
asshole.
float down here. Yeah,
We
it's-
all float.
That's what Stenning wrote it about.
Oh my
He
God.
wrote it
Stenning
about
wrote it?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Wait
he
a
wrote,
minute.
He wrote the whole thing.
My mind's being fucking blown apart right now.
No, Stenning wrote that whole thing. I swear to God.
What?
Yeah.
Stenning.
We all float down here.
Do I have to
yeah.
pull out the SoCan credits right now?
Stenning's my
and
favorite
fact check
drummer in
this?
the city right now.
Pardon?
Stenning
Say that
is
without a
my
slur.
favorite drummer in the city right now.
Lucky.
I don't think I slurred it the first time I came out. Maybe Slimy or the second time it came out. But fucking
Slimier.
I like Stenning.
All right, so
Everybody likes
When
Stenning.
he gets his drums on.
But I mean, he's not
He
even the best
goes
drummer in the Corps.
Boom.
Just kidding.
that's fucking. You missed that
That's
because you were
old school.
dancing
That's
like
old
an
school.
idiot.
That's
on.
old.
It's in there though. It was recorded.
Yep.
Allegedly.
I'll listen to it on the.
Yeah, that's for you later.
Allegedly.
That's for you later.
This fucking guy.
We call that a treat.
Dan Garrison.
Electromagnetic.
Dan Garrison, when can people expect new material from the Corps or new material from the Real McKenzies? Can we get an effective timeline or just a working timeline?
New McKenzies will be probably around March 2019.
Oh,
A year from now.
fuck.
Sweet. And
And new Corps stuff will probably be made available in maybe late April.
This year?
This year?
Don't tell anybody.
You realize
but,
we're in 218, eh?
But our
Scoop.
our 3-year anniversary from our first show is on April 30th this year. So I was thinking, being like, hey, why don't we just throw a show with all of our favorite bands
What are you touching my
and just
fucking boobs
have a
for?
great time
I'm pretty excited about that.
to drop a new record.
What the fuck
Thank you.
are you doing? Jesus Christ.
we finished that little boggle. Boggle? We finished that little
I think
boggle.
it's called the Boggle. Hey, what about Buggle Boggle? You ever played that game?
Ladies and gentlemen, please Google the Corps, C-O-R-P-S. And it's pronounced the Corps. That was my
Yeah.
brother's first question.
Don't
Core
try,
2814.
don't try and use your voice activation. What's it called?
No, just put
No,
in
you got it right.
the Core
Sure
2814 Bandcamp.
Activation.
This afternoon,
'Cause that's a
I
sector.
tried saying the core, and it said, I don't know what that is. And then it was like, the
must
core
not know
spelled
good music.
C-O-R-P-S, and then it was like, well, that's what the military calls their
Who gives a
things. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's not what I'm looking for. I tried 4 more
It is
times.
the right spelling.
I could not get.
Just put the Core 2814.
Yeah,
Bandcamp.
2814,
Okay, hold on.
Sector 2814.
Exactly.
Space
Get
Cops.
Get that
Yep.
camera on me.
Dude, I know about this. The Boomsday Alliance. We have similar professions.
You
We
see
know.
Justice League yet?
No. Should we
The
talk
core 2814.
What are you doing next week? Let's hang out and watch Justice League. I have means.
There's no, I
You're
already
wrong.
have. I
You're
already have.
wrong.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
You're wrong.
What?
You want to be in Michigan? Some fucking home in Michigan or some shit?
I don't think so. Not yet.
Saginaw, Michigan.
No,
All
sell
right.
me on
All
it.
right, Jesus.
2814.
Stop it. Jesus Christ.
No,
Richard.
don't put it in
Hey,
first.
this podcast could go for 4 hours.
Well,
and
then let's
we'd have
make-
enough information to be worthwhile.
Let's make it 6 hours.
You get your drink on you?
Yeah, you got a
You didn't.
White Lightning Max.
You didn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're so inclined, we'd really appreciate it if you go ahead and subscribe to us on iTunes or YouTube or Stitcher. I noticed a lot of YouTube subscribers last week.
Squash that subscribe button.
Squash it. I love how you said that last week. That was so good. He's like, make sure all the new listeners squash the subscribe button. I'm like, squash it. Just
hit that dingle bells.
It's good.
Hit those dingle bells.
I was really good, actually. I think you did a really good job of that. But yeah.
Squish that subscribe.
If this is
hit those dingle bells.
Squish that. Give me that double jake, that rake, that lame, that stray.
Oh.
I'm of the mindset.
Double jakes on the rakes.
No lame, no strays. That's a double jack on the rocks, no lime, no straw.
Double jacks on the rocks, no limes, no straws.
Lucky.
But
No straws.
just
I agree.
In addition to that.
No limes, no straws.
In addition to that, I just want to say I'm really appreciative.
Jeez.
I'm really appreciative of all our new listeners, all our new viewers, and anyone who has the wherewithal to leave us a review. That does more for us than anything you could possibly do. That's more than 1,000 hugs and high fives. We really appreciate it. And
From who?
Well, let's say a close loved one. How about that?
I'm about to touch my dink tip to this fucking mic.
Whose dick?
Leads me to my next question. Do you believe in life after love?
Do you believe in love after love?
Two share references, and that's perfect time to let you know, please.
When you're editing this, you're gonna know it's the third.
Oh, third.
I really don't think it's long enough. No.
C-Mart knows what I'm
Ladies and
talking
gentlemen,
about.
please, thank you very much for watching. We love you all. We'll see you all next week. Goodbye.
Do you believe in love after love?